Hi guys, it's Maggie again, and I thought I would tell you a little bit about the MRI that I had about a week ago dealing with my IBD, inflammatory bowel disease. Last week I went for my first MRI. It might have been my first MRI on my abdomen now that I think about it. I've had MRIs in the past of my brain and some other things, but never had it for IBD, I'm pretty sure. MRIs can also be referred to as MREs, and I'll tell you a little bit about the experience and also the results that I came out with. So Zach and I went over to Philly. Good morning. We are in Philadelphia, outside of the parking garage, and walking to my MRI. I've got Zach here. Actually right near where I work as a nurse. Not the same hospital, but pretty darn close. And I got the MRI. For this MRI, I needed to do IV and oral contrast, so that meant that I did have to get an IV, and I did have to drink about 1,500 milliliters of the barium. And the barium was honestly not too shabby. I expected it to taste a lot worse because I'm remembering CT scan like contrast. But this stuff was not bad. It wasn't insanely sweet. It had like a berry flavor, and it was clear to white looking, kind of thick. And I was able to drink most of it. In fact, the last little bit that I wasn't able to drink, the only reason I didn't was because they called me in to start the MRI. The only problem I did have, obviously, everybody gets nauseated drinking this stuff because you have to drink so much of it in such a short amount of time. But the main problem that I really had was it went through me in 30 minutes. And I am not exaggerating. I had 45 minutes to drink all 3 bottles of the stuff, and after the second one, it was pouring out into my ostomy, and it just kept filling up, and I probably emptied my bag 5 times before I went in for the MRI. So that worried me a little bit. I don't know what people typically experience in that situation, but it literally flew through me. For the actual MRI, they'll bring you into a separate room with the big expensive machine, and it's kind of a tube shape. It's very confined, so they ask you if you're gonna be claustrophobic, which I've never had issues with. I like to be snuggled up. So you lie down on a table. Sometimes they'll ask you to be prone, which just means on your belly. I am normally okay, but I had to tell them that my bag just kept filling up, and like, I can't lie on my belly when my bag is full, so I wound up having to lie on my back. I felt like a pain in the butt for doing that, but they were very nice about it. So I did that, and you get slid into the machine, and it's very loud. It takes the images that it needs, and you're done. It took me about 30 minutes, and it really wasn't bad. So I did not really feel the best leaving, which honestly I haven't been feeling all that great anyway, but we stuck around. We went to Starbucks across the street just so I could let my ostomy sort of simmer down, because we had an hour and 20-minute drive home, and I knew if we left right away that I would wind up having to stop somewhere to empty. So we waited till it calmed down, and then we left. And then I think it was actually later that day I did get the results, which I posted some of it on Instagram. Good and not so good results, kind of what I expected, but also things that I didn't expect at all. So of course my colon is inflamed, which I know, and I can feel it. It has been acting up more and more every single day, and it's just been really annoying. Basically, I'm having colon spasms all the time now. So that was obviously inflamed. And then the other part that I had wondered about, which was my real concern and the real reason I went to see a GI specialist in the first place, was there may be some inflammation where my stoma passes through my abdominal wall, which totally makes sense as to why I've been having these blockages that I've never had before in the 8+ years I've had my ostomy. So A little bit surprising, but not so surprising. Obviously, there's going to be more that's seen when I get scopes next month. I'll be going in, I think, June 19th to take a look at my everything, all my insides. So we'll see what's going on there. The other weird thing that they found, and I didn't put it on Instagram because, like, honestly, I don't know what this is. And I don't even have the name of it. I don't have my phone to, like, show you the name, but I googled it, and my understanding of it is that on my right side, the tube that connects my kidneys to my bladder is narrow, and my doctor wrote a little note just saying it may be congenital, like I may have had this my whole life and it's just never been found. It's not something that I was ever aware about in previous tests, so little surprise. I did make the decision to drop my status at the hospital. So instead of working 3 days a week, I'm going down to 2 days a week. And there's many reasons, but the main reason is because I really don't feel well. And I think, I don't really know, I may have been running off of adrenaline for the last few months. Or it just happens to be kicking up now. I don't know, but I feel like crap more often than not, and it sucks. I think it'll be better to just not be pushing myself so hard. I'm doing a lot of things, a lot of things. And you guys have seen that, and thank you for those telling me that I should, like, take care of myself, because I realize that. So I am dropping my time at the hospital. And it also will help free up a little bit more time to, like, make videos. I really enjoy that, to work on 11 Health a little bit more. And I also am going to be going to wound school. So I do want to be a WOCN, wound ostomy and continence nurse. I'm in the process of applying. Basically right now I'm just figuring out who's going to be my preceptors, which I think I have them, but I just need to, like, confirm everything before I submit my application. It is online, it is not me going to a class, so that's very nice. So the extra day per week will help a lot. So not the best news, but also, like, not totally surprising, and it could be way worse. According to the MRI, there was no inflammation seen anywhere else along my small intestine, which that is absolutely fantastic. Like, to be off of medications, which some people have asked me what medications am I maintained on. I am not on anything. My doctor just recommended me to take an iron and a vitamin D supplement. But beyond that, I am not on any immunomodulators, I'm not on anything. And I haven't been since I first started dating Zach, which was like 6 years ago. So yeah, it's been a long time. I have gotten very lucky. So the fact that my small intestine, there's inflammation and it's just that small amount going through my abdominal wall, that's it. Like, holy cow, that is fantastic. So I'm very happy with that. But we will see what the future holds. We'll see what my doctor says. And yeah, thank you all for being concerned about me pushing myself too hard, because I've started to realize that. So I'm trying to take steps to not do that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next. Bye.